Okay, so it's what's the date? 22nd of October. So normally we have like a team training call, but the person that was due to be speaking this evening unfortunately couldn't make it. So I kind of made the decision yesterday that I would jump on and do a bit of a recap from this weekend. Next week we've got Liz Clark on, Danny's wife. So that is going to be a good call. I'm really looking forward to that one to close out the month of October. And then moving forward into November, we are going to be doing just one a month, like a team training call, one a month with a guest speaker. Now that the Sprint to Success training's finished, we will look at getting that accountability group going, and we'll look at doing that once a week. Probably on a Tuesday, just when the Sprint to Success call was, because then we'll have the accountability call on a Tuesday, and we'll have the opportunity call on a Wednesday. So it keeps it nice and compact, and then that gives everyone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to do what they need to do to enjoy themselves, to prospect, and just to live life. Because what we don't want to do is get everyone on calls like every single night, because that is just not good. People are just going to get unmotivated. They're not going to be able to enjoy what they want to do because they feel that they've constantly got to be on calls. And this is certainly not a business that we want people to be stressed about, to have to, be on calls every single night, to watch this, to listen to that, to read this, and to be here, there and everywhere. It's such a relaxed business opportunity that we've got in. And again, like being there at the weekend, it just reiterates like what a unique business opportunity we've got with this one, and the results are going to come from actually getting that product in someone else's hands. We talk about building it online. We talk about how there are internet marketers and affiliate marketers and online marketers out there, and that's absolutely fine if you are one of those. But I really do believe that what we've got here is going to be built offline, because I didn't drink over the weekend, which frustrated the hell out of me. But seeing everyone's faces when they was trying the exclusive wine, everybody, it was just like Christmas. They was waiting for Anne and Trey to finish the presentation so they could try these exclusive wines. And it was so hard because Trey was trying to fill my glass up all the time, and I wasn't having it. But the feedback that I've spoken to everyone about was that the wines were of a very, very good quality. And so this week for us in the UK, I know like Jerry's been lucky enough to have the wines over there from like day one. But this week for us really is reset. It's a case of what we've done up until now is good, but it's all void. The wines, we're not going to be able to order any of the wines that we've had so far. The tasting notes that we've had, in theory, we don't need them anymore. And everyone starts again from a level playing field. So, I know myself, I'm treating like this week as day one again. And my goal is to go out and re-qualify as master seller again, and to help as many people as I possibly can start again. Because speaking to someone, or speaking to a few of you over the weekend, I really do believe that we opened too early in the UK. I don't think we was ready for it. I don't think the company was ready for us, and vice versa. And I think that people that were in before us pushed or persuaded or whatever else the company to open. And we had such a blast from between, I don't know, I would say March to June, July time, with so much excitement, so many ranks being created. And then we just kept getting told, well, this is your launch date. Well, this is your launch. And it just kind of, by the time the wine got here, it kind of fizzled out a little bit. And so this now, again, is our exciting time. This now is a case of we've got conversations that we can go back to people, and we can say that we're owners of an exclusive wine club. The wines that we've got, you can't buy anywhere else. You're not going to be able to go and search anywhere else. And so I'm just, I've always been excited since day one. I'm really excited about where this could go. And I said to Becky yesterday, I really believe that we're sitting on a potential gold mine with this, and it's going to be a bit of a slow burner, but this is long term, and that's something that we've always said, like collectively and individually. We've always said that. We've always said that it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not an overnight success. It's not going to be a case of like waking up tomorrow morning and going into your back office and finding that your business has grown by 50, 60, 70 people. It's not one of those, but it's something that we can do every single day for however long we want to be involved with this, because at the end of the day, wine's not going to stop. We know that, and I've got so much confidence in what they're doing with this that those that have been in since the beginning and those that have stayed around the campfire are going to benefit with this. So there's a couple of things that I'll mention yesterday, but then as I said, I'm going to open it out to the group, and you guys can talk about like your experience of the wine, I guess, because that was one of the biggest things yesterday for you guys, was to actually try the exclusive wines. But I mean, it was good to see some prospects there, and great job to Denny for getting one of her prospects to sign up yesterday. She's a bit of a fireball. She's got she's ready to go with this. But the message that Trey gave out, it was just keep it simple, and on his training, he's done that on the Stars to Success, the Sprint to Success training, sorry, was all about keeping it simple. And he said that when he got involved, he didn't go on and change his profile, and he didn't go on and do any of it. He went out and started speaking to people, and he was talking about like the side business and the side hustle. And if you look at Trey's, and this is interesting. If you've looked at Trey's, Instagram page, his whole profile is either a caption of like a selfie of him, or a picture of him and a quote, and a picture of him and a quote, and a picture, and it's like that all the way down. That's it. That's all he ever posts on there, is just quotes and pictures of him scattered around the world. It's a very unique, I mean, I've never seen it on Instagram before, but he's got 21,000 followers on there, and he's just a very, very down-to-earth, good, fun guy. And we posted his system in the group earlier on this afternoon, because one thing that we've never had is a system to follow. Me and Raz are probably two of the most untechnical people that you'll ever come across, along with Thomas. And Thomas, I'm not like disrespecting you, but you've even said to me, you're not an online person. So hopefully I've not offended you there. But me and Raz, when it comes to technology, we're terrible. We are literally terrible. But we've never had anything in place since day one. We can't provide you with that we've just done it all of ourselves. We've kind of just got on with it, and we've done it ourselves. But one thing that we've said is that if we had something that everyone can follow, and if our new brand partners get in, these are the steps that they need to go through, and this is what they need to follow, then everyone's going to be winning. And so if you guys go through Trey's training that we posted in the group, there's just a ton of videos in there that you can just get your head around. If you want to do it the way that you want to do it, that's absolutely fine. But this is something that we're going to take on board, and that we're going to use moving forward, because I know we talk about the list, and we talk about the prospects, and we've got the 10-day playbook, which I think is fantastic as well. But this is just something that's there in black and white, that can stay in there in black and white, that you guys can go in and you can look at the videos as and when you need to, and you can get those out to your new brand partners again as and when you need to do that. So with that being said, let me just open the so I can see everyone on the square. Who wants to go first and kind of just give their biggest takeaway from the weekend, or a couple of takeaways, and what they're excited about and what they enjoyed over the weekend? So who's on? Raz, Becky, Carla, Denny, Elaine. Most of the people that are on were actually there this weekend, so you guys are going to hear quite a bit. So who wants to go first? Do not all speak at once. I'm going to pick someone. You've got 5 seconds, or I'm going to pick someone.
Paul, you haven't offended me at all in any way. This weekend I got a lot out of it, knowing now that when I do talk about it, it is exclusive wine, and it's like a bit disheartening sometimes when someone comes up to you and says, oh, well, I've seen that wine down in the supermarket and it's a lot cheaper. or I've seen it Majestic, wherever they've seen it, it can be a little bit disheartening, really. And then, you think, oh, well, why am I doing this? But now that I know that we're actually on exclusive wines, I feel that I can actually sort of bring that forward and not get hit in the face again with the prices of everybody else's. So that's what I gained from this weekend.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, just to reiterate that with regards to the prices, because it's something that always gets brought up. Steve Birch has come out and said that the wines that we've got, we're getting them for like 2 to 3 times cheaper than they would cost if they was to be in a shop. So we're looking at like £50 bottles of wine that we're getting, to be honest. And, Jerry's had the exclusive wines for a long time. And I know, like, you talk about how good the wines are. And it's an exciting journey to be part of, because, as I said, that this is the beginning for us. We've not had this. We've had good quality wines, don't get me wrong. And I can't remember a bad wine that we've had since we started, but they're not our wines. And I was so desperate to try these wines over the weekend. And even Tara said to me, like, on Saturday, she was like, yeah, but if you look at what you're doing, you can pay £15 and you can donate £15 and you can have a drink. Well, for those that weren't there, the wine glasses were that big, and I was not going to pay £15 to have like a shot of wine. If I'm going to break it, I'm going to have like a bottle. So next Thursday, I will be having a glass of wine. Don't you worry about that, and it will be exclusive wine. Right.
The big glasses or the little one?
You what, sorry?
The big glasses or the little one?
I think I'm just going to put a straw in a bottle, Tom. That's what I'm going to
Don't overdo it.
Right, who wants to go next? Sean's having a red for me now. Good girl, Sean. Shirley, Andrew, did you want to go?
Yeah, I think what I gained from it more than anything was confidence. Real confidence in the company, confidence in the people who are in this with us, and the wines were fantastic. You really did miss out there, Paul. But yeah, it's. I think Trey brings a new dimension as well. I've been having a look at the training online. I was just starting to really go through that again this evening, and it is impressive. It does give us another string to the bow. Yeah, I think we are well and truly on the launch pad. Yeah,
I agree. And Trey's got nothing to do with us. That's an important thing to mention as well, is the fact that out of everyone that was there this weekend, like Lizzie and Emma are the only ones that work with Trey. So Trey won't gain anything from what we do. So hats off to him for jumping on a plane and leaving his new wife and his new baby to come and spend like the weekend with us. But I totally agree with you. He is different to what we've got out there. I just hope he stays.
I think the ethos is that we do work cross-line as well. So
it is a team. That's one thing that, again, we said at the beginning. As far as we're concerned, there isn't teams within teams. It's, whether you're upline, you're downline, you're crossline, we've always supported each other. The Australians have always supported you guys, and you've always supported the Australians. And it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, if Direct Sellers is winning, then we're winning. And if we can get the name out there and we can get the wine out there and we can share it with as many people as we can, we know that as soon as they've tried the wine, they're going to be excited. They're going to be, well, Jesus Christ, this is good. So
we've got to look on ourselves as being team direct sellers.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Right, who wants to go next? We've got Becky, Carla, Francine, Zoe, or Anthony.
I'm happy to go next.
Go for it, Francine.
So it's the first time I've actually spoken, because I think I've spent the last few months just spending a lot of time listening and sitting back and just trying to get my head around a lot of information that's being sent to us. So I've had a little bit of time tonight to start looking at what you sent through today on that training, which has really excited me, because I just think a step-by-step process will be so much easier for me. I've already started. I'm about to send the first bit through to Anthony tonight. So yeah, really excited about that. I think for me, the weekend, we just came on Saturday, was just a fantastic opportunity to meet the individuals that are already involved, how genuine everybody was, and very different to network marketing that I've been involved with in the past. I think the vision of the organisation as well. So it's like you say, it's not a get rich quick, which I like to hear because they usually say it is. It is something you've got to work hard at, which I understand and am committed to. So yeah, just really impressed and just really excited to get going.
Brilliant. No, it was great to meet you on Saturday. And again, I echo everything that you said there. Like every single person on this call now, as far as I'm concerned, is friends for life with like myself and Tara, whether, you know, you guys go off and do anything else. And, you know, like some of the people that have moved on to other companies already, you know, regardless of what they're doing, we've built some very, very solid friendships with this. And this is something that I've never been part of. You know, it's and I hate using it in terms of like network marketing, but it has got that family feel to it. It has got that real kind of like friendship feel, and it's not all about business. It's, you know, we find out about what other people are like as people. We find out about their interests. We find out about their hobbies. And some of you give me stick about the football team that I support, that we, you know, we won't talk about it. And that's it. We're not talking about football anymore tonight. So, right, who wants to go next? We got Carla or Greg? We got Antoinette.
Yes, say no more, Paul.
Are you awake? Are you awake tonight? You're not asleep yet?
Yeah, but I am in bed.
All right, okay. So Saturday, before Anthony starts, Saturday, stayed at Anthony's. Great host, great guest. Got back there within half an hour. He was asleep. Okay, mate, over to you.
But Paul, well, I like how you said friends for life, because yes, you stayed at our house on Saturday night, and all this, I'm not drinking for a month. How come I found an empty bottle of wine in Alice's bed?
Oh, yeah, it's probably Alice.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, I've like you say, I've spoke to quite a few people today. I've always thought now for the last few months, to get all the roller coaster we've had, because obviously it's all sorted now, and going forward, anybody we bring in, it like doesn't matter because they don't know any different anyway. But there's always been that piece missing of that jigsaw, what I felt as though there was, and hats off to Train and just going back on, and I've gone through that training intensely. And anybody who brings anybody in now, they just follow that like module by module, unit by unit. It's what everybody knows where they're. I feel as though, I mean, I still get off some of the team members now. Oh, what video do you send? What this do you? And this is like people who's been quite a while, so it's like we all know now where we go with this, and we've all just got to run with this. And like you said, yeah, it is your own business, but I think if we're going to run with it, we've all got to run with it, and then everybody knows where they are. So that to me was great news for us, because again, it's been the big piece we're missing. We was missing that strategy, and I believe now we have got this. Yeah, like Andrew said there, and I met Andrew today for a coffee. The wine was exceptional. It really was. So that excites me as well. And I said to Andrew today, we'll put that Steve Birch interview what Anne did from New Orleans up at the top again, so people can get that confidence behind the wine, knowing that what we are supplying is top-notch stuff, and it is 2 to 3 times value-wise. So we've never got no problem with being confident about talking about the products. And just the culture that we've created as a team it feels as though that I've known everybody, or even, do you know what I mean? I've known everybody for a long time, and even meeting Lizzie and Emma for the first time at Oxford, it feels as though we just know everybody. And I love that sideline aspect, because we'll bounce off each other. And again, we're building direct sellers and not just building our own individual teams. And Trey did say, look, go and build a company within a company, and the company is just going to back us. Yeah, they give us guidelines, but we're just going to run with this now and how we decide. And like Trey said, look, this works. I've got thousands of team in my organisation. This system works. You can get everybody duplicating, and that's what network marketing is all about, is duplication. So we just set off from using that going forward, and I think we're on a winner. We just got to get out there prospecting and just be cool with it. Exactly how Trey said. Just, you know what I mean? Are you open? If it's not for you, no worries. Next, are you open? If it's not, yeah, it's just so simple. And let's just keep it simple. And to me, I think we'll grow big organisations. So Yeah, looking forward to it, mate. And again, it was just great to get together. And Lizzie sent me a message earlier on about, wouldn't it be great if we could maybe do this on a regular basis? So again, when I come on the call earlier on, when you guys was about January, that's when we thought if we start one maybe back end of January and then do one every quarter after that, then it just works out. That'll work out perfect. I think it really will, mate.
Do you want to mention what Anne said about reactivating? I mean, I still haven't heard back from her, so we still don't know 100% how true this is. But did you want to touch base on what she spoke about yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, because I think it's still a grey area, and she hasn't come back and confirmed with us regarding if someone's been out of the business for more than 6 months, they would have to then pay the full $199 again. It's not what we first got told by Kevin last year in London, but she's going to clarify that with us tomorrow. So we've got till the 31st of October, which is like about another 9 days, to reach out to people who used to be in our organisations who put the cards on stop or cancelled, and they can get back in for free of charge. If you have been out of the business for more than 6 months, then we'll have to ring customer services to get them to handle it. But anybody who has left your business, or just tap through, go down your lines and just give them a ring and just say, look, you can get back in, keep your position. It's not going to cost you any more money whatsoever. Would you like to have another go at this? Because everything's here now we've asked for. So we'll get that double confirmed though, Paul, by tomorrow, and then we'll just because after the 6 months is up, what Anne's saying is that you'd have to pay again if they've been out of business for more than 6 months. So yeah, but we'll get that double confirmed, because I think Anne was a little bit, I think that's right, sort of thing. So we will confirm that in the group tomorrow, mate. All right.
Yeah, perfect. And then obviously everyone should know that if you are inactive for 9 consecutive weeks, your points all get flushed. So anyone that you kind of know that's been out getting up to that 9 weeks, it might be worth reaching out to them. Anyone that you've had conversations with in the past that sat out because they were waiting, now's the time to obviously re-engage with those guys and let them know that we have finally got the exclusive wine. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that she said yesterday, or has anyone else got anything that they can think of that's worth mentioning in the group now? I don't think there was too many announcements to come out of yesterday. Did anyone else want to say anything whilst like Zoe or Becky? Did you guys want to add anything from the weekend?
Anne did say about.
Oh my God!
Sorry, I'm working, so it's all a bit echoey. Anne did say that somebody asked about rosé and like bubbles and stuff, and I don't know whether it's worth mentioning that obviously rosé will happen, but it's going to be a little while now, and the same with like Prosecco as we know it, sort of thing, just because they don't have a market for it and it's just getting that supply. So I know that's a question that comes up all the time, but she did say that it's going to be a good few months on those. And the other thing is obviously Trey said about he had no idea how up against we are with people saying, oh, it's pyramid. So I think he understands that now. So I think it was quite nice for him to sort of get that understanding. He really had no idea what we're up against in the UK and the stiff upper lip of the British, I suppose. I mean, obviously Anne knew that, but I think it just reiterated it to Trey, and obviously Bennett may filter through to any of his team that he might have in the UK as well.
Yeah. So just going back to that, bubbles and rosé is happening. It's definitely happening. We don't know when, but Anne did actually say that they are looking at both lines. It'll probably be more of a. They're still going to have like the reds and the whites and the combination, because there's so many different varietals of red and white. But they are looking at adding in bubbles, and they are looking at adding rosé, which again, like over here, is going to make a massive difference. And the same like within the US and Australia, and obviously Germany is opening soon as well. So it's I think this weekend was needed. As I said, it was great to see everyone there again, but we've just got to go to work now. It should be here it should be here this week at some point. I'm still waiting for Trillock to come back to me, like with confirmation. I sent him a message and just said, look, can you confirm that this week we will definitely be getting our wine? So I'm just waiting for confirmation. As soon as he comes back, I'll post that in the group. Has anyone got anything they want to ask? Has anyone got any questions that they want to ask? No? Cool. Right. So I'm going to press stop on the recording.